get an opportunity to try that. What else?
Scientists found the gene that determines if you find alcohol tasty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, apparently there's some people that try alcohol and go, that's delicious. And that's genetic, because usually most people don't enjoy things like alcohol the first time. They go, ooh, the stuff tastes disgusting but makes pain go bye-bye. I think I'm going to suffer through the gag reflexes and try and have another pint. But, apparently some people just think it's delicious right off the bat, and scientists found the gene that determines whether or not you find alcohol tasty. It was located, by the way, next to the gene that determines if you find dumpsters comfortable. Continue.
Homeless joke. 84% of vegetarians who decided to go vegetarian or vegan, they've gone back to eating meat. 84% of them.
The other 16% remain annoying as hell.
The other 16% are blogging about it.
Yeah. See, a lot of people don't know this, but it's a lot of people aren't aware of this, but it's totally possible to enjoy all the benefits of eating paleo, vegetarianism, veganism, and doing CrossFit. It's perfectly possible to enjoy the benefits of all those things without telling all your friends about it. What I'm saying is, people that do that stuff, you're annoying.
Hey, AD, I have this new diet that I eat 3 times a day, and I'm still alive. It makes me live. Can you believe it? It's called the human being diet. You should try it.
You know what I always laugh at is if you when you get diet advice from people that are fatter than you, like. There's nothing so self-righteous as that 500-pound coworker that lost 30 pounds in the last couple of months, and like, no, what you got to do is, I eat broccoli and kale for breakfast, and then binge on Twinkies when I get home because there's a sad, empty hole in my life.
Count your calories.
I've got a friend like that who might be listening to the show who will remain nameless, and he's not a big fat lard-ass fat-filled fatty, but like. I haven't since I started this latest portion of my career where I'm middle management because I just straight up haven't had the time. But I used to be in the gym really regularly, mostly because my shrink was like, hey, either I can get you on medicine or you can go to the gym. You can agree to go to the gym or I can medicate you. I was just like, as far as prevention of punching random people in the head in the street, I should probably go to the gym instead of taking the medication. And what's ironic is now I haven't been able to go to the gym. I want to punch people in the head in the street, but I got none of the necessary muscle to back it up. Like before, I didn't want to punch people because I was going to the gym regularly. And now I want to punch people, but I don't have the necessary strength to get myself out of the situation that I would get into by being all punchy in public. And yeah, it's kind of a tough one. But this buddy of mine, during my going to the gymmist, the gymmiest phase of my life, where I got to admit I was in kind of phenomenal shape, and I don't like to talk about it because it's like that guy that scored a touchdown in high school football under some kind of pressure and keeps talking about it well into his 30s. But I was definitely kind of going for it and sort of lifting as much weight as humanly possible. And I don't know, a lot of people say that, like, oh, I go to the gym and I don't see the results. You lift heavy enough, and I think you will. I'm not entirely sure. Everybody's different. I hate to speak for everyone, but I started to see real gains, and I got really kind of uncomfortably big. I didn't like how big I was. I would wear sweatshirts and stuff to cover it, but I really enjoyed sort of like going to the gym and making progress and being able to squat more and more weight, and all that was kind of cool. And maybe one day I'll get back to it, maybe I won't. But the point is, during this phase, a friend of mine who'd worked out twice started giving me all sorts of information about the proper way to work out. Be like, how do you work out your back? How do you do that? Like, pull up your shirt. I'm not going to pull up my shirt. Let me feel your muscles. No, that's weird in public. Stop doing that. Quit touching me. He was like, just pull up your shirt. Let me see your abs. I was like, that's okay. No. And he was like, the thing you got to remember, and I can see you're embarrassed to do that because you're not willing to pull up your shirt in a public place. I was like, or, see the aforementioned public place part of our conversation. He was like, the reason that you're embarrassed to do that is because you got to realize that, and this is when he was pretty freaking flabby at this point. He'd been working out for about a week and a half, but he was just like, yeah, well, you got to understand that abs are made in the kitchen, not in the gym. He was like, you really got to watch what you eat, dude. I was like, okay, let's pull this one over to the side of the reality turnpike, my pre-diabetic friend. No, and no. But there's no one more self-righteous than someone that's lost the first 20 of their 100 pounds that they have to go, and they're annoying. It almost makes you want to be like, I know it's probably going to kill you in the long run, but I brought in, what is it you have a problem with? What is it you have an addiction to? Is it Twinkies? Oh, here's a box of Twinkies. I got you a subscription to the Twinkie of the Month Club. You're going to get a new crate of these every single, at the 5th of every single month. And it's almost more agreeable to have them lose a foot and die in a pre-diabetic coma than it is to have them give you workout tips during your lunch break as they sit there judgmentally looking at you for eating a granola bar. These things happen. Go on.
Well, finally, I'd like to leave you with this little interesting fact that on Monday, you're most likely to be murdered at work.
Oh, yeah. Unless you play for the Oakland Raiders, then you're usually murdered on a Sunday afternoon. Okay, we've waffled about enough. Time to get to the actual beef of the show. Oh, look, we have a minute left. Quick, let's talk about how Slayer rescued a kitten. Slayer rescued a kitten. They played a show in Indianapolis, and while they were in town, they saved a homeless kitten. It sounds like a story from The Onion, but it's true. According to the band's publicist, guitar player Kerry King went out to a steakhouse with some of the band's crew, and on their way out, they ran into a homeless guy who was offering to sell a kitten for $1. Slayer's assistant tour manager saw that the cat looked cold, so she bought it for $1 and took it back to the tour bus and slept with it in her bunk, and then brought it to the venue the next day. She found someone who wanted a kitten, so now the cat has a home. The new owner posted a photo of the cat on Facebook saying, "Here she is. I named her Gypsy. I gave her a bath last night, and then she slept for 5 hours on the heating pad. She's at the vet this morning being treated for fleas and for worms." Thank you, Slayer, for your act of kindness, and thank you. If you don't think this story's rock and roll enough, look at it this way. Everyone in the band and crew could have ended up with fleas and worms because of it. Now that is hardcore.
Meow. Meow, bitches.